beautiful here today. Where's all my Where's all my folks from across the pond and everywhere else? I'm all by myself. 14 seconds in. Come on, you guys, you got to jump right to it. But it's a beautiful day. I'm going to take you guys with me on a walk along the river here, and we'll have some fun. I know that if I keep this phone up on the dashboard, it's going to have a meltdown because it's so damn hot. So I'm going to be getting out of here. We got one person in the chat. That could be my signal to get out of here and take my little walk along the river. What do you guys think? Sergeant George Ishag. Hello, Bill. How are you, George? Good to see you, buddy. Cheers. Cheers, cheers. 3 and 3. 3 in the chat. 3, 7 and 4. 7 in the chat. 4 thumbs up. Coffee girl. Hey there, coffee girl. Coffee girl. That's from Lonely Girl. Ruth Ann Griffin. How are you? Sergeant Bill. Laura Graverholt. Morning, Bill. Good to see you. 15 in the chat. 12 thumbs up. 1:10 we're on the air here. I guess got to watch that clock just because I don't want my phone to melt down. Sandra Foxall. Hi again, Bill. I like your last name. Is that pronunciation correct? Foxall? You're a fox. You're a fox of all. Hope you don't mind that. Flower Child. Hello, everyone from sunny South Carolina. Nancy Schmidt. Hello. Shari Judd. Sandra Foxall. Yep. Oh, I pronounced it correctly. Richard Resendez. What's going on, Bill? Photographer Leslie. Aloha. Housing's on the air from North Carolina. Cool. 30 in the chat. 17 thumbs up. Perth, Australia's in the air. Wow. Amazing. Marilyn Manetta showed up. Cool. CJ T. Quee. Hello. Chillicothe, Ohio here. Christopher Axton. Hello from the UK. Wow. Look at everyone's from all over the damn place. I think it's so beautiful. I got to get the hell out of this car now. What do you guys think? Take a walk along the river? Let me pick up this phone. Vancouver, Washington. Wow. Yeah, I got to get out of this car right now. Let's see. Turn the car off. Pauline Robb, good to see you. I went to see the orthopedic surgeon yesterday, and he gave me some medication that I hadn't been taking like a fool. And like overnight, it helped me tremendously. But I still got to grab my cane just in case, So here we are, going to take a walk along the river. Do I have to sing the Allman Brothers tune? Walk along the river, sweet lullaby. It don't keep on flowing. They don't worry about where it's going. No, no. Do, 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 do. Look at this, man. Beautiful. Let me show you guys what I'm looking at. What do you think? Beautiful, huh? There's the river. Calm as all hell today. Got to take my full walk today, I think. I've been cheating. Sometimes I take my full mile walk, I figure a mile at this pace because I'm walking slow. Probably takes me like, I don't know, about 40 minutes. Normally I walk faster than that, but I got the little cane walk now. Walking with my left hand. Aren't you supposed to put the cane in the weekend? Well, the hand opposite the injury, right? So my right hip is the one that I had the surgery on. So the cane should be in the left hand. Is that correct? Any of you orthopedic experts out there on the scene? You could tell me if I'm correct or not. Duty Ron's getting pissed at me because I didn't buy that thing you're supposed to be able to hold. I'm holding the phone in my hand. JTR, the cane's a fugazi, Bill. Forget about it. Yeah, I don't need this damn cane. Let me throw it right in the river. The cane's a fugazi, that's for sure. But yeah, I went to see the orthopedic surgeon yesterday. And I always love to go back to surgeons when they admire their work. He looks at the x-ray. Oh no, it's perfect. Of course it is. When would you ever say you did something wrong? Of course it's perfect, Richard Resendez, I'm feeling much better today, believe it or not, as I felt yesterday, because I was supposed to be taking this muscle relaxer. I forget the name of it, but I wasn't taking it like a fool because I thought it was ibuprofen, and I'm like allergic to ibuprofen. So he goes, you got to take it. He goes, because I started, I don't want to get too into it, but I started like making bone spurs. He goes, and that's what's going to cause you a lot of pain. He compared it to like gout. So I started taking that yesterday, and right away I'm feeling better. I'm not feeling like the sharp pain that I have in my hip. So it was worth going to the doctor's appointment just for that reason itself. Beautiful today, huh, guys? Not me, I'm talking about. Let's look at the river. Look how gorgeous. Look at the river's all flat. Nice and calm. People love to walk along this river here. Can't blame them, right? And there's my favorite huge tree right there. I always like to stand under that gigantic tree. Wish I had a tree like that in my front yard. Hello. But yeah, that tree is amazing. What do you think, guys? Beautiful tree? Beautiful walk. 42 people in the chat. 27 thumbs up, Boston Christian. And you guys watched my show last night? I was talking about Alec Murdaugh. I don't know if you know that case from South Carolina, that family that ran that law firm. Pauline, you have your favorite trees too? Yeah, trees are amazing, right? You ever been to California and look at some of those redwoods? That's an amazing tree. Anyway, get back to Alec Murdaugh. Last summer, just about at this time, his wife Maggie and his son Paul were murdered on Murdaugh property, or at their hunting lodge. And guess who discovered the bodies? Alec Murdaugh. So I said day one, I said, he killed both of them. And you had to hear his 911 call. They were shot very badly. Who says that? Except the guy who shot them. They're shot very badly. No, I don't think you would say that. But then in this year since then, they're uncovering all kinds of fraud, theft. He stole like $4 million from his housekeeper, who had an untimely death. Mary Williamson, hey all from Tennessee, you guys have some problems with armadillos? I tell you, that's one problem we don't have in New York is armadillos. Oh, it's going to reach 40 degrees Celsius here in England this weekend. You know, we don't know Celsius in the United States. We know Fahrenheit. So when you say Celsius to us, we're like, what the hell does that mean? What that means is we're going to stay in a damn pub. Sergeant George Ishag, of all the people to have noticed the body, no surprise it had to be Alec Murdaugh. So Sergeant George, you've been following that case, right? The case was getting tremendous coverage in the beginning, and then after a while, people sort of lost interest in it. I don't know. Marilyn Minetta, New York has rats. That's for sure. You know something? My younger sister, she works for a company called Dial-A-Bug. And you think of like an unglorious type of profession, but my sister makes buku coin. She makes a lot of money for sending out rat patrols. And she does more than that. I mean, she handles like the extermination at Madison Square Garden, the Meadowlands, all these huge places, and she deals with the upper echelon and make sure these people pay, these rats pay to get rid of their rats, you know, because no one's worse than paying bills than people that have lots of money. Pauline Buckles, hello everyone. Jean Chichilio, hi Bella, hope you are feeling better every day. I am, I'm feeling much better today. I like to report because yesterday I had a real sharp pain in my hip and I was like, oh man, when is this gonna end? Because as you guys know, 3 years ago I had my left hip done, and I don't remember the pain being this bad for this long. But so any progress is good progress, right? So it's mellow today. The river is not even moving, just sort of really quiet, beautiful. You got the best seat in the house.
Yeah. I'll be moving soon.
No, I don't know. I didn't say it for that reason. There's another one up there. People just sitting along the river. You know, it makes it a different game when you have your phone, right? No matter where you go, you can talk to somebody. If that's what you want to do, right? So as I take my little walk along the river, You know, it's funny. When you're out and about, sometimes you say hello to people, and people are friendly and they take it. Other times, people get very intimidated when you say hello to them. I guess it's how you say hello to them and how you look, you know, all of those different things. Look at, I want to turn the phone around and show you the river. Look at that little kayaker there, huh? That's got to be pretty damn good exercise, kayaking, right? Especially when you're on a nice, calm river like this. It's just beautiful, just beautiful. I think I'm gonna take a quick little sit down and just check out the river a little bit. Is that all right with you guys? I take a sit down on one of the benches. I'm not trying to be cruel. I'm a New Yorker too. That's Marilyn Mineta. The trees, the water, so beautiful. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Look at that lone kayaker. You ever see people go out into the ocean with kayaks and they go fishing and they catch like huge fish? There was this guy, he hooked a tuna and it pulled them 15 miles out to sea. What would you do when that happened? Now you got to row your way back. I think I'd be cutting that tuna, or ask the tuna if he could give me a return trip. Tuna, turn your ass around and tow me back to where we came from. I promise I'll let you go. Hey, you see that lone kayaker? That looks like fun, right? Especially on a day like today where it's nice and calm. Right? Beautiful. A beautiful day. It was a good day. I did not have to use my AK. Sergeant George Ishak, I'm more of a swimming pool type of person, but it's interesting to see a kayak. Marilyn Mineta, sit down so the camera isn't shaking. I'm getting dizzy. Okay, I'm gonna sit down right now. There we go, how's that? See the guy out there in the kayak? He's moving along. Beautiful, huh? Okay, I'm gonna turn around so you guys could see my beautiful face again. Gene Whitehead, Avon representative. 57 people in the chat, 41 with the thumbs up. Guys, get more in the chat. What's going on? Where is everybody? 52 and we're dropping down. So that Paul Murdaugh case. When I was talking last night, I was doing a show. Someone in the chat said, "Oh, this case is boring." And I said, if there was ever a case that wasn't boring, this is the one. This case has got everything. This is going to be a TV series. I mean, and just think of it. The Murdaugh family they ran the district attorney's office. They call it, down there, they call it the Solicitor General. They've run the district attorney's office / the Solicitor General for 100 years. Could you imagine the secrets that family has? Can you imagine the potential for corruption? Because look, they've uncovered all this corruption. So why should we believe that it didn't go back 50 years, 75 years, 100 years? Someone just said the hammerhead sharks will tow you back to shore. I don't know if I would count on that. So there's Richella Pranzo. Hey everyone, we're heading out to lunch. When I get reincarnated, I want to be reincarnated as the Pranzos. They have a great life. They're always going out to lunch. Richella, great cook. Lieutenant Pete's always happy, always smiling. So Pete and Richella Pranzo, always going out to lunch. Lieutenant Pete just turned 76. Happy birthday, Lieutenant Pete. I'm going to celebrate your birthday right into the new year. I'm not going to let you forget that you're 76. Great to be 76, especially when you're healthy, happy, and you got a great wife like Richella. Cheers, everyone. 69 in the chat and 52 thumbs up. So, so I started covering the Alec Murdaugh case again just because they were talking about how that they were going to indict him for the murder of his wife Maggie and his son Paul. And it didn't happen, but they're talking about that it's gonna happen. So there's like a big happening in that case. A while ago, they had Gloria Satterfield. She was their their housekeeper for years, and it turned out Alec Murdaugh, she died in a trip and fall injury in their house, and it turned out that Alec Murdaugh stole all of the money that she was awarded by an insurance company that was supposed to go to her sons, and he stole the money. So everywhere you look, there's fraud, there's deceit, there's theft. Uh, and then they said Alec Murdaugh had a drug problem for years. So here's this famous attorney with this drug problem. He also hired his cousin to shoot him so that his other son, Buster, would get the insurance money. So whoever said that this case is boring has never watched one of these TV specials on HBO, because this case has everything. The only thing I said that was missing from this case, what's missing from this case, guys? There's theft, there's violence, there's murder, there's multimillionaires. What is the one thing that we're not seeing a lot of? How about sex? I'm not seeing any sex. Is it not there, or is it they just haven't uncovered it yet? Janine Saffel, good morning. 96 degrees here in Fort Worth. Will be 104 degrees today. I'll be, wow, 104. Indian paintbrush. Any ideas how the Smith boys' death is connected to the Murdaughs? Yes, they they think, and again, this is just conjecture. They didn't. They think that one of the Murdaugh sons potentially was having a gay relationship with Mr. Smith. That's not been proven, but they think one of the sons could have something to do with killing him. So this case, there's potentially 5 murders in this case, right? Mr. Smith, Gloria Satterfield, Maggie and Paul Murdaugh, and the young lady, I forget her name, that died as a result of Paul Murdaugh's drunken operation of the boat that she was on with him. So that could be 5 murders. So when someone says, oh, this is boring, really, there's not enough murder, there's not enough things happening that you said this is a boring case? I think not. Sergeant George Ishag, affair, deception, greed, etc. It's got it all. It's got money, millions of dollars, and a family that ran this law firm for 100 years. Well, then there's the sexual angle of the case. So they're all there. Yes, but it hasn't been confirmed. It's been conjecture that potential exists. Miss Joanne, there's absolutely nothing boring about this case. I agree. Patrick Glanville, what's going on in Uvalde? That's another thing. I don't know if you saw the video that they put out, that they showed, that they released. And it's disgusting. When you say that Uvalde case and you see the gunman go into that building and he's not confronted, or he's initially confronted, but he's not confronted by the police on the scene. It's heartbreaking to watch. It's horrendous. And the families of all the kids, the parents of the kids that lost their lives that day, they were also rather pissed off that the video was released to the press before it was released to the family. I think they have every reason to be pissed off, And Coffee Girl, Patrick, the parents are pissed about that video release. They didn't see it first. Coffee Girl, I was just talking about that. So true. Shouldn't the parents have gotten the view of that video first? Absolutely. Absolutely, they should have. Disgusting that they just put it out there, not considering the families. EJ, Murdaugh case was disturbing because you think a family like this has it all, but the father shot them. Unbelievable case. Well, he's going to be charged with that. We can argue, and that's going to be the argument. 69 people in the chat and 65 with the thumbs up. I'm getting these damn insects landing on my face. So much fun. Let me get up and walk a little bit, guys. You can see it's like getting a crane up, standing up with this. there. The sun moved a little bit, so it's harder for me to see. It's pretty damn bright. So, yeah, so do we continue covering I guess we could cover both. We could cover the Murdaugh case and we could cover the Uvalde case, because there continues to be new stuff coming on every day in regards to the Uvalde case. And just, can you imagine how you would feel if you were one of the parents in the Uvalde case and your kid was one of the ones killed by this guy, and that the police didn't confront the active shooter? Well, how do you think you would feel? Do you think you would take it on the chin and just say, oh, that's okay, that's all right? No, because this doesn't go away. It doesn't go away at all. And then you get these politicians that are just bought and paid for, all of them. They make me sick, you know? Like when they talked about Alec Murdaugh and how did this family run this town in South Carolina, and the corruption and this and that. How about New York State? How about Andrew Cuomo? How about Andrew Cuomo taking a $5 million book deal while he was governor and using state employees to write the book? How about that? How about the state attorney general, who was a Democrat, Letitia James, ordering him to give the money back? You think he's giving that money back? No. Is he in handcuffs? No. So talk about corruption, right? And I know I could easily say, I could put an R in front of the name of the corrupt politician that I'm talking about. There's plenty of corrupt Republicans too. But how pathetic is this, you know? And I'm gonna get under this tree because I can barely see the phone, you know? Getting my little walk, you guys. Well, I'm not seeing you guys in the chat. Where's everyone gone? You guys take off. Oh, someone just showed up. You guys take off. And then they get under this tree. Streamlabs. Oh, I have to give like my commercial announcement. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed to our YouTube, go on our YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up and ring that bell. Ring my bell. Ring my bell. And then, of course, if you want to support us on our Patreon, we have 3 different levels. You can join our Patreon. And if you want to join our YouTube family, we have 5 different levels on our YouTube. And you see the folks in the chat in the green font. They're part of our YouTube family. 76 in the chat, 76 with their thumbs up. Mezzy Mom, deep dive into the Murdaugh case, please. I got to talk to Phil. Phil's been MIA today. You know, Phil is the busiest dad that doesn't work anymore. He's got more stuff going on. And every day I said, Phil, let's do a show with this. Oh, I can't. I got this. I got that. I got that. So I just do it myself, you know. I can't wait for him. He's got a lot of stuff going on, you know. He's got the Italian dad syndrome, you know. What do we got? Red Hound, hey all, good to see you. 77 in the chat. Let's get that chat to 100. Come on, how hard is it to get it to 100? Where's all you folks? Kate, the schools around here are locked. I went to visit a librarian friend and had to have my driver's license. That's this day and age, right? To get into a damn school, you're gonna have to have photographic ID, a thumbprint, the whole thing, right? So I could see, because I'm standing under this tree, I could see the chat better, because before, when it gets too bright, I can't see a damn thing. Maybe I'll take a little walk to the other tree. There's a seat under there. And so, here guys, I'll show you the river. There we go. The river's looking good, right? If I listen long enough to you, I'll find a way to believe it's all true. And knowing that you lied, straight faced while I cried, still I look to find a reason to believe. Someone like you makes it hard to live without somebody else. Here we go. Yeah, I'm under the tree now. I don't know why I picked that song to sing. It just was on my mind. Rod Stewart fan, right? Anyone else? Oh, Gene Whitehead, you're a Rod Stewart fan. You love that song? Yeah, he's great, Rod Stewart, right? He's got to be in his 80s now, I think, right?
Well, they're desperate. Maybe
I would definitely say he's in his 80s, still rocking and rolling. It's probably a good thing for your health to be a rock and roller, right? Because these guys are living forever. Mick Jagger, Keith Richards, Rod Stewart, right? They seem like they're rock and roll keeps them young, right? And I'm getting under this tree so I could see the phone. Without this little shade, I can't see the writing, you know? Me Too, I have that album somewhere. Who doesn't have that album, you know? I remember when I was a young kid that we used to, when I first heard that tune, Maggie May, and I didn't know what the high-pitched instrument was. Who the hell knew what the difference between different instruments back then? Because we were like unsophisticated. And then that instrument was a mandolin, you know? Really cool instrument, a mandolin, right? And it's that high-pitched instrument, and it sounded so cool. And it played that part, da 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 da. Maggie, I wish I never seen your face. Remember that tune? Who knew back then, my contemporaries, that that was a mandolin? I had no clue that was a mandolin. Maggie May on the album Gasoline Alley. Some of you guys are unbelievable that you actually remember the names of the albums. You know, geez. I remember the first album we got in our family, as a family, was Meet the Beatles. It was their four faces on the front of the album cover. The Beatles 65, I think it may have been. And that was like the first album we got as a family. And it was just like, oh my God, the Beatles. And the Beatles were like such hippies at the time. And my father, who was a real, American right-winger, was like, their hair is too long. And of course, he had to get us all crew cuts so we couldn't emulate the haircuts of the Beatles, because that was un-American to have hair that was touching your collar, you know. 92 in the chat, 92 thumbs up. My first album was Caribou by Elton John, Meredith and Muscati. Wow. What were some of the tunes on Caribou? I'm sure I know all of them, but I don't remember that album specifically. But what were some of the tunes? I'm waiting to hear what some of the tunes. Your dad sounds lovely. Well, my dad's no longer with us, but I tell this story, and I told this story in acting class, that there were 5 boys in my family and 3 girls. And my father took all 5 boys on this Saturday to this place on Hempstead Turnpike in Levittown called Mr. Haircut. And back then, you could get a haircut for $1. It was 99 cents for a haircut. So he took all 5 of us there. And on the way to the Mr. Haircut, we said, Dad, we could get a regular, right? Which meant, they would shave the back and leave some hair in the front. And my father was like, yeah, no problem. We all sat in a barber's chair, and my father went up to the barber and whispered Butch in his ear, which meant we were getting a baldy. And as that hair trimmer went across our head, all 5 of us had tears running down our face, because it was such a betrayal that your father said, yes, you can get a regular haircut. And then he sneakily goes up to the barber and tells the barber to give you a butch. You guys think that's funny in the chat? People are laughing about this. I assure you, as a 10-year-old or 12-year-old, I didn't find it funny. And my younger brothers, who were 5, 6, and 7, found it even less funny. And that was one of the stories. A Vandal in, I believe, Pauline Robb. People walking with their dogs. You get a dog that's got a big stick in his mouth. See the big stick in the dog's mouth? So you guys didn't like that story? I thought it was a pretty good story. I'm standing under the tree now so I could see my phone because it's uh, it's too bright. Laura Greenhold. Oh, the things we remember. Yeah, I told that story in my acting class, and the whole class was crying. Your father sucks. What a son of a bitch. Yes. Kim Alston, my father put a pudding bowl around my head. Oh, the old bowl haircut, right? Uh, Marilyn Monetta, when your mom hated the Beatles because they had long hair, when you think they were the least, what was to come after that? The Rolling Stones, the Animals, all of these bands that looked way worse than the Beatles. And the Beatles wanted to wear like leather jackets and stuff. And their manager, Brian Epstein, said, no, no, the public's not ready for that. You're going to wear a suit and tie. Very smart guy, you know. You're going to wear a suit and tie and you'll be acceptable to the parents of the kids that we're playing for. And very smart manager, right? Janine Saffel is, I can't see all the names. Rot, yes it is. Rodhound, Ted Nugent, but he came much later after that. Ted Nugent's still playing, but he came way after, like the Beatles, the Rolling. That was the '60s, and the Rolling Stones and the Beatles were the '60s. So that was the British invasion, they called it. You know, so it's funny when you hold the phone out and people don't realize the phone is facing you, and they think like you're videotaping them. And it's it's like you're into their world, but I assure them I'm not videotaping you, I'm videotaping myself, right? Love the Beatles, yeah. They have so many iconic songs, so many great, amazing songs. If someone says they weren't influenced by the Beatles, I did not see the new Elvis movie. You know who did? Joe Murray saw it. He said he loved it. I got to go see it because I love music. I love some of those music documentaries were amazing. There was a good documentary on Queen also that was on recently. Um, I read the book on Keith Richards, his bio, and I also read the book on Greg Allman. It was pretty cool. A lot of these people, like, one of the things that you really realize when you read a lot of these bios, these people are such, should I use the word narcissist or should I use the word selfish? They are such selfish people. They really think like the world just revolves around who the hell they are and what they think. And to a one, not just Keith Richards, not just Greg Allman, all the people that are famous that you read their bios on, they really think that their opinions, the way they felt, really like the world gives a shit. You know, it's an amazing thing. I think that's why lots of times you hear these actors and these musicians, you know, give their opinions on things, and people are really like, who cares? Shut up. You're one vote, you're one opinion, and just because you can sing or play guitar doesn't mean anyone is going to listen. Stay in your lane, as they say, you know. That's a great expression, isn't it? Stay in your lane. Everyone thinks that they know it all, right? I don't think I know it all, not at all. But I'm still going to give you my opinion. Boston Christian, Maggie May, one of your favorite songs. Me too, love it. My ego is not my amigo. The first time I heard that one. Saw a Queen movie, Bohemian Rhapsody, amazing. It was amazing. They are tremendous, tremendous musicians. When you think of bands that have totally different sounds than everyone else, you know who else had like this most unique sound that no one could really copy? Pink Floyd. We got a lot of Pink Floyd fans out there. Amazing, right? Amazing sound. Like, where did they come up with that sound? No one has that sound like that Pink Floyd has, right? Lieutenant Pete is still driving. No wonder Lieutenant Pete's not talking. He can't talk and drive or text. He definitely can't text and drive, right? Lieutenant Pete would never do that anyway, right? I'm gonna start walking back, you know. There's a little bridge you take back. You're supposed to take one way out and one way in. Let me take the bridge in. Let's go across this bridge. Mary, good after Bill. I'm late to the chat. Did you see the police? You know, I'm sorry, I just lost that. You know, sometimes the chat goes too fast, and I didn't take the Evelyn Wood course to be able to read that quickly. But if you send it back around, maybe I'll be able to get it on the second time around. We went over 100, but we're starting to lose some. We're at 96 now. Patrick Lanville, you can like Sinatra and the Beatles. Of course you can. Frank Sinatra used to sing a lot of Beatle tunes. Of course, he would sing them in a Sinatra-esque way. I mean, we used to do a funny bit about one of the greatest tunes that George Harrison wrote was Something, right? So like Sinatra, I don't think I could do it justice, but he's like, something in the way as she moves, Jack. Attracts me like no other lover. Something in the way she woos me. No, I don't want to leave her now. No, I don't want to leave her now. Somewhere in the smile she knows that I don't need no other lover. Something in her smile that moves me. I don't know, that's my Frank Sinatra imitation. Probably not a good one, but as you could see, Frank Sinatra sings Beatle tunes a hell of a lot different than the Beatles did, right? Or do. That was a great tune though, Something, right? Think of Sinatra singing Beatle tunes, Sinatra singing Bob Dylan tunes. The next thing you have to, had Frank Sinatra lived, he could have sang some AC/DC tunes. Could you imagine him singing an AC/DC? She shook me all night long. I don't think Sinatra, that's his tune, do you? Sinatra sings AC/DC. I don't know. Catherine, oh, thank you, sure, I got a great voice. I don't know. It's hard. Back in Black. Guys, it's at this point when I'm in the bright light, it's hard for me to read the messages you're sending. So let me see if I can get under a tree with a little shade, and I could read some of them. I got some landscapers at my house today taking down some dead trees. So I don't want to be around there as those trees come crashing down. You know? That's a dangerous job, taking down trees, right? Sure as hell wouldn't want to do it. As you can get, I don't want to do any physical labor anymore. My younger brother's a landscaper. He has his own company, but God, he's in his 60s, 61, I think, 62, and he's still doing that work. That work is vicious, you know, and working outside in the sun. Yeah, having trees removed these are all dead trees too, you know. 100 in the chat, 102 thumbs up. Any new subscribers? Anyone in the chat is a new subscriber? Got to get a few new subscribers. Spreading the word. Spreading the police off the cuff real crime stories to another generation, to another continent, to some new subscribers. Again, here I am. I'm out in the sun again. Makes it harder and harder to read. Let me get under this big tree and I'll be able to read the chat again. People get nervous. This lady walking at me with this little dog. She thinks probably that I'm videoing her. But I don't know. She took my bench. I was just heading for that bench, but she grabbed it. Hello. Your dog looks good. You got a brand new haircut, huh?
First summer buzz.
Oh, that's good. Man, when you think about what people spend on their dogs, My haircut costs 20. I bet little Fifi's haircut over there probably costs at least 50. Hey, I'm a human, and I'm getting a haircut for 20 and a $5 tip, so it's 25. Little Fifi. You think anyone tips the barber when Fifi gets her haircut? I don't know. Funny, right? Fifi, it's $50 to cut your hair. But all the other male poodles will be chasing you all over the dog park. That's what happens to me. I get my $25 haircut and I get chased all over the dog park. Not by humans, by dogs, you know? I should write this down. This is some good comedy material, you know? But I'm not doing stand-up anymore, so any of you guys want to steal those jokes, you're welcome to them, you know? There's a lot of doing comedy, man. There's a lot of pressure doing it. A lot of hanging out, you know. Acting too, you know. The thing that I loved acting and I loved going to classes and stuff. The thing that I didn't like was auditions and auditioning, how time consuming auditions were. And now any of you guys that are in acting, you know, all the auditions you do on your phone. So when you get sent an audition, now you got to do this audition, you got to rehearse it, you got to read it, you got to memorize it, and you need someone to read opposite you. So if you have no one to read opposite you, it's like, it sounds like crap. So how do you get someone? What do? You grab your neighbor? Like my wife is at work, I'm all home alone. Who is going to do the reading for me? And not just that, she hates being the reader. My wife hates it. So it's like, after a while, you know, I was getting sent, after maybe like 3 months ago, I quit doing it. And I told this agency I was with, they were so shocked that I was quitting. I said, look, I just don't have the time, man. Every time I get thrown a new audition, it like throws my life off for that day, you know? I gotta do all kinds of things. Now my podcast, I can't plan that, I can't do different things because I gotta do the damn audition. So I made a command decision. As Sergeant Cannon, I said, Sergeant Cannon has decided to quit acting, at least for now, you know. Will I ever do it again in my life? Maybe. I'm not like, I never say never to anything, you know. Sometimes life brings you back to a place you never thought you'd be again, right? So I won't say never, but so I'm heading back to my car. Did you guys have a nice walk? I thought it was pretty nice. So now is when I can hardly see the damn phone because it's so bright. But heading back to my car. And then, wow, I can't even see it at all right now. It's so bright. I hope it's not shutting down because of the heat. But let me get back into the car. Throw my cane in the back seat. I told you my new car, that was my joke the other day. The new car says, like, if you leave something in the back seat, oh, you left something in the back seat. I was like, what if I leave my wife back there? Is it gonna say, you left your wife in the back seat? And once they recognize her, once they see she's a she's a frequent flyer, they're gonna say, sir, you left your wife in the back seat. I don't know. Maybe they will do that. So you can see I'm getting in the car, getting in rather gingerly. Let me start this thing because it's hot as hell. Okay. There we go. Oh, you like that joke? Well, this pony. That's great. You know something? I love when people like my jokes because then I can be a frequent flyer. I can tell the joke over and over again because I tested it, someone likes it, right? Wow, minutes, and 99% of the time I was out of the damn car. Wow. Kim Alston, Lieutenant Peter Pranzo, yes, agree. Sergeant Bill looks good. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your encouragement. Thank you for your thoughts and prayers during these times. It definitely helps, because like it's, recovering from stuff. It takes time. It takes encouragement. And Tina Wright, looking good. Thank you. Pauline Buckles, hello. Shalane, welcome. 75 in the chat. 112 thumbs up. Wow, I'm doing something right. Something right. Not a lot, but doing something right. 112 thumbs up, 75 in the chat. I'm at 45 minutes 50, so at 50 minutes I'm going to say goodbye. I've been on the air for a while. I hope you guys had a nice walk. Maybe, Mary, I remember a few lines up in the chat. The police surveillance. Looking good, Sergeant Bill, Ruth Ann Griffin. All you guys that are frequent flyers, thank you so much for your support. Marilyn Mineta, are you having a show tonight? Yeah, I think I'm going to do a show tonight. I'm not exactly sure whether it's going to be on, it could be on multiple things. Uvalde, it could also be on Alec Murdaugh and the fact that it looks like he's going to be charged with the murder of his wife Maggie and his son Paul. So, yeah, I think we're going to probably do a show today. But I tell you, it's hard to find like the show that everyone's interested in. Sometimes you get that show that just you go on the air and right away you got 150, 200 people in the chat immediately. Of course, there were shows like that last year. Not so much this year. Some, but not as much. Phil Grimaldi's in the chat. He must have woken up. Someone woke him up with a veal cutlet Parmesan Hero. He must have smelled it and got out of bed. Marilyn Mineta, see you tonight, Bill. Have a nice day. Marilyn, great to see you. Have a wonderful day. Pauline Robb, hello, Phil. Gene Whitehead, hi, Phil Grimaldi. Look at all the Phil fans. Willez Pony, it's Detective Phil. Oh, wow. All these Phil fans are coming out of the woodwork. I feel slighted almost. That's all right. So, guys, beautiful day today, man. If I was totally feeling 100% better, I think I would take a ride to Long Island, because I'm a Long Island boy at heart, and I go to the beach. Kim Allison, thank you, Bill, for all your hard work. God bless. Thank you for making us laugh. Thank you for laughing. Pauline Robb, chicken parm is on my menu for lunch. Oh, I love chicken parm. What's even more amazing is Phil Grimaldi says, looking good, Bill. Cool. Shrimp cutlet Parmesan. That's amazing, too, but that's an expensive lunch, right? Did you see a Richmond, Virginia police officer has been charged with manslaughter? They were on their way to... I didn't see that, but I'll read up on it. It's so crazy. It's like even that bodega worker in Manhattan, the Manhattan DA bragged, trying to charge him with murder. Just pathetic. Just so pathetic that what is the damn world coming to that there's no justification? Like you can take the part of a criminal against a guy who's working. It just doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense to me, But that's why we're on the air here, I've been trying to stay away for at least an hour, so. Willez Pony, you picked the hottest day this week for the walk, but it flies by with you. Well, thank you so much. Crazy times. So we're at 77 and 117, but I was over 100. I don't know, we may have had like 105, 110. As long as if I hit over 100, I'm pretty happy, I'll take my little walk with you guys and 100 people and all the thumbs up. G. Grime, hello from Australia. What do you think about Summer Wells case? Not a lot of new stuff on it. I still feel the same thing I've always felt about that case. I felt the key to that case is Don and Candace. That's the key, Lieutenant Pete, the coffee with Cannon or beverage with Bill are fun and happy. That's all I want. I want to have fun and be happy. Guys, have a great day. I'm going to say goodbye right now. God bless, and I'll see you. Hopefully, I'll see you tonight. Take care.